The bell is tolling. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Le'Veon Bell, fresh off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the New York Jets. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call this.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. Bell. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 39, Darnold gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Bell. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold caught here by Griffin. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 53 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carried from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play. There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was. the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 18 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Let's go.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. They'll run on first down. Bell. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's complete. This is Austin Prohl. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we are.
On first down, it's Bell. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Come this way. Come this way.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A first down throw, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they come up now 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll set up to throw.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on first down. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it with Bell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Darnold now to throw. Open man here is Pro. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Darnold from the gun. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Bell.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Found his target. It's Anderson. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Bell, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. This is caught by Malik Turner. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play, that's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again with a J. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An effective 7-yard third-down conversion.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the quick rush coming, and he's taken down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. He finds Ajayi. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Completes it to Ajayi. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Ajayi. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Thomas. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down.
Ajayi hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Let's make these babies cry. Go.
Now back to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jay Ajayi, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On first down, it's Bell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of them. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your prep.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
This is taken around the 12. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 39, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
Now left side on the swing pass. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker.
And he's in! Touchdown, Jets! Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Jets have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Trailing 17-10, 2:21 the time left. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He's back to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Miles Boykin in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. At scoring again, the Rams have widened that lead a bit further. Jared Goff, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Have the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now it's Darnold. Open man here is Kroll. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I smell fear.
Now Darnold. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
That's right. We can't get stopped.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And we have free football. Overtime, here we go. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously a touchdown to win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. On first down, it's Darnold.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Bell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Check. Here we go. Lunch 50. Alpha. 50. Here we go. Come on, boy.
From the 29, Darnold. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
11 yards there, just like last play. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Darnold now to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Jets, it's an important win for their playoff hopes.